Hello and welcome to another episode of Kuma's Kitchen, and tonight I bring you a special dish that was instigated by one of the patrons. At the end of every video here you've probably seen his name, Mike Herrin. Well, Mike is one of the patrons of Kuma's Kitchen, and actually I met Mike because he came here to Osaka. His son lives up in Kyoto, and you might have seen him here in the kitchen because we did, about 2-3 years ago, we did an episode here. Anyways, he sent me a picture of a casserole. It was a hamburger and rice casserole. And he said, this looks like something right up your alley. And I'm like, you know it is. So I mucked around with it a bit and made some changes and added in some things. A lot of cheese. There's a lot of cheese in there. There's kimchi in there. There's ground meat. There's rice. It's actually very simple. There's only 7 ingredients in here. And dig down through all that cheese. Let's try to get a good sampling of cheese. Oh, look at the rice and kimchi and everything down below. And there's cheese throughout that too. All right, so in honor of Mike, I have called this Mike's Kimchi Rice and Burger Casserole. And that's going to be hot, but let's have a little nibble of that. Oh, yeah. All right. That is going to be absolutely fantastic. Thanks for the idea, Mike. Now, let's go to the kitchen and make this right now. So one of the nice things about this recipe is that there's very few ingredients. There's actually 7 ingredients in all here. Across the front, I've got half a teaspoon of salt and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now the salt I would use, with this much meat and this much rice, I would use about a spoonful of salt, a teaspoon. But you gotta remember, we're gonna be using kimchi, and kimchi is a bit salty, so half a teaspoon, yeah, I'll do it. Over here, 1 onion chopped. That's a pretty big onion today, but 1 onion. Then over here, the kimchi, 1.5 cups of kimchi. Now, that's a hakusai kimchi, or the Chinese cabbage kimchi. I don't want to use the other ones. Like, you can get it with daikon and stuff, but for this, I want to use the actually, it's my favorite anyways. Holds a lot of flavor in it all. Now, if you get any big pieces like this one on top here, just cut those up with scissors. You don't want big pieces in there, really. I mean, it's okay. It's a good way to clean the scissors. It's okay to have a couple big pieces in there, but really just spread it out throughout. You want to cut any big pieces up. Over here, the cheese. I've got 2 things of cheese because one gets mixed in and one goes on top. 7 ounces each. That's cheddar cheese. 7 ounces each in each one of these. Or 200 grams, and grated, of course. Then, over at the back here, I've got 20 ounces, or it's about 570 grams of ground meat. And, of course, this is my favorite, that mixture of pork and beef. And then here I've got 4 cups of cooked rice. Long grain rice would actually be better, probably, in this, anytime you're making some fried rice thing, but that's all I can ever get. Here is short grain rice. That'll do too. All right, let's get things going. We got, another great thing. This is a 1-pot dish. 1 pot going in the oven. So what I'm going to do here is I've got this big, my big cast iron pot because I want deep. I don't want oven proof. I'm going to bring that up on medium heat. That looks good right there. We get that olive oil going in there. That looks good there. And then I want to get the onions started. So I'm going to cook the onions for about 5-6 minutes to start softening them up a little bit. Stir them around. See you back here 5 to 6 minutes. Alright, that's softened up a bit. Going to put in the meat now. Throw that in there. And the salt. Sprinkle that across there. Alright, now what we're going to do is just mix it all in with the onions, the meat. I'm going to cook this for about 10 to 12 minutes. quite a bit of meat in there, so about 10-12 minutes, medium, stirring it around, getting it all the onion and salt distributed throughout there, and I'll see you back here. Alright, so that meat's nicely done. That's ready to go. Now we're going to add in, we're going to keep the one cheese aside. The cheese, the kimchi, and the rice are all going in there. I'm going to add the rice first. We'll take that off the heat. I'm going to add the rice first because it's sticky rice and I need to break it up a bit. You know, if you're using regular rice, you just throw everything in there. But with Japanese sticky rice, well, you can see it needs to be broken up, otherwise it's got a big lump of rice in there. So, just kind of chop it around, mix it in. Alright, now it's looking pretty good. Pretty well distributed throughout. So now I'm going to throw the kimchi in there. Get all that goodness out of it. So throw a bit of rice there to pull all the juice out. Alright. And I kind of spread that around in there a bit. Alright, now the kimchi is pretty well spread throughout. That doesn't need perfect. You're going to have some rice that's, you can see some rice still there that's not even got any kimchi mixed into it. That's fine. We add that cheese now. That's going to get mixed in there. Oh, it's going to be a cheesy dish, this is. There. Alright. So I've got to work that down in. So again, a lot of lifting, turning, chopping through until you get the cheese distributed throughout without dropping things overboard. Alright, the cheese is pretty evenly spread. It doesn't be perfect. You have little pockets of cheese throughout there and things like that. It's going to be great. Now what I do is just smooth this out. So I got a place to put the rest of my cheese. Alright. Got it across there. Perfect. And now, the leftover cheese, that's going to go on top, or leftover cheese, the second bowl of cheese. That's going to go on top. Spread that out across there. Alright. Okay, that's going to go to the oven over there. 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 180 degrees Celsius for 30 to 35 minutes. That cheese is going to be melting and bubbly. That's going to be delicious. I'll see you then. Alright, look at that beauty. That is going to be great tonight. All that cheese on top. Remember, you got cheese inside too. You got the kimchi flavoring that all. Oh, what a meal. Alright, dinner tonight. Hey, I want to share a good laugh with you. This, the container that I brought the rice over in, well, it's a really old container. I think from back in the days when I still lived in Daikokucho, like about 26, 27 years ago. And I just saw the writing on it. Vegetarian dish. A vegetarian dish. Anybody who's been watching Kuma's Kitchen for any amount of time, you really like, he has a thing that says vegetarian dish on it. Yeah, I don't do vegetarian dishes. As you know. Alright, now go. Enjoy this and make cooking fun again with Kuma's Kitchen.